What's going on, y'all? Another week, another geek. We are back at it again with another episode of the Why I'm Geek show with your boys AJ and Chrissy Light. We're back at it, episode 123, and today got something a little different than what we normally talk about, but like still in the same realm. Today we're gonna be talking about none other than Percy Jackson. And this is not the OG Percy Jackson of olden time. No, this is the newest updated tale of Percy Jackson. And I think it's like the Hero Olympians or something like that.
The
I
Olympians,
forgot. Yeah, Percy Jackson Olympians. And it's a series on Disney Plus that I thought was going to be another dud as far as like 5 episodes in now. But nah, we're going to... It's still going. We're 6 episodes in right now, and we're going to just talk about like our thoughts and opinions on the show so far. So Chris, give a little history, bro. You know way more about like just Olympians and stuff than I do, but like as far as your mythology, yeah. I don't even know the word. Look, lore goes, like where does Percy Jackson rank as far as like Percy Jackson, then you got like Kratos, and then you got like Hercules and all these other things. I don't even know if I'm mixing them up or not, but
yeah. I mean, it's always been like a fun story. I first got like interested in like Greek mythology from like the God of War stuff and just like the movie Troy and all that type of stuff. But Percy Jackson was originally like a book series, and there was just like a group of kids like you either like rocked with Harry Potter, Percy Jackson. Uh, I was a little weirdo. I liked series of unfortunate events, but it was like
Okay.
there's these chapter books that sometimes you would read one of them and it's like, oh, there's 4, I'm gonna read them all type thing. And Percy Jackson was always one of those good ones. And dang, it had to be later in my childhood when Percy Jackson finally got that movie,
Yeah,
The Lightning Thief, and I really liked that movie growing up. I was
me
like, all
too.
right, this is cool. And I thought they were actually gonna have something solid because there were multiple books. I want to say there was 5, but maybe there's 4. And then they had the second movie, and that one was a dud. So
I didn't even
for
see
them
that
to
one.
come back finally, Disney Plus, give Percy Jackson another shot because the original Lightning Thief was a nice little gem. And it does play a lot of the, if you see like Clash of the Titans and Wrath
Yeah.
of the Titans, like you kind of know all you need. They love doing the same Medusa stories, Poseidon, Zeus, like they kind of always stick with the same mythology all the time. But it's a great series, and it's really great to see it back on Disney Plus, and we'll see if they have more.
Yeah. Because the only introduction I have of Percy Jackson, because I wasn't a big reader as a kid.
Yeah.
For me, it went from like whatever, because we had to do those little tests.
Point.
Yeah, get them points, and then the little tests that go along with it to get the points. I don't even know if kids still do that, but
I don't know either.
that was like my only goal was to get enough points so I can keep my little B minus or B in English or whatever, or reading, or no, language arts. That's what it was
And
called.
like different kids had like sections of books, like, yo, this will get you so many points. So that's really how people were like, you know what, I'm gonna do the deep dive of Harry Potter, or I'm gonna do me. I did the series of unfortunate events because it gave me a smooth 8. You know what I mean? So it's like Percy Jackson was another one of those chapter books where you might get like 12 off that and be feeling good.
Right. I tried the Harry Potter when I was young, but then I got in trouble. I couldn't even read it. I couldn't even read it. So I stuck with my Captain Underpants and kept it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, to my first introduction to Percy Jackson was the movie. And I really liked the movie because I just didn't know literally anything about it. And like you were saying, it's like a diamond in the rough. So to see that they finally put out a show, I was excited. And it seems like a little bit more like casting accurate, because I don't know what it was about like movies and shows back in the day with the casting, everybody was so old, bro. And I guess
Yeah,
it
the
was just
original
like,
Percy Jackson was
bro,
too old.
yeah.
Way too old.
So like now it's like more, I don't want to say comic book accurate, but narrative accurate as far as like,
Yeah, feels more fitting.
yeah. And it also feels like the training wheels is on in this one too,
Yeah, definitely.
which is a downside, but we'll get more into that. Um, but yeah, so going into this joint, I was just excited just to get something else from Percy Jackson because I did enjoy it when I was young, and now it's just like, is Disney Plus gonna do it right? That's what it really comes down to every single time, bro. It's just like this Disney Plus experiment. But I won't get too deep into that. Let's start talking about the show. So my first take on the series is that it's just a speed. That is my main point of contention or concern, and I feel cheated. I feel cheated because it's some cool stuff that be happening, but then it's like, what? Where's the rest of it? Like, that's what I feel like. Do you get that same notion when you're watching it, bro?
A little, a
Mm-hmm.
little. I get part because I've seen The Lightning Thief, and I've probably seen that movie quite a lot, to be honest.
Really?
Um, because I've seen it, it's kind of like certain beats are identical, and
Yeah.
it's just told in a different way. And then we have like longer episodes of
Mm-hmm.
a little bit more new stuff, but overall, you do get that kind of speed run feeling of, all right, I know where we're going here. I know where we're going. They got to
Yeah.
get to here. Oh, this part was a little different, but that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get going. And I think we're about 6 episodes in. I'm not sure how many episodes are gonna end in the series.
Yeah. I'd say
Um,
I'd say 8 based on the pace we're going now.
it seems like a 8.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, because the Lightning Thief is already out, I kind of feel like I know what I'm getting, and I'm just trying to learn these kid actors, or
Mm-hmm.
do I like these kid actors? Are they good? I mean, the main character, Percy, this man grew like a whole foot.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
No.
Bro, like
I
he was
didn't.
a kid in like the first 2 episodes.
Episodes.
And these new episodes, I'm like, this dude taller than the what's her name?
Abigail.
Annabeth.
Annabeth.
Yeah. Like
I knew it was
way
an A.
taller. It's really weird once you notice it.
I did not notice that. I just hear the voice and I just see kid. So
He
I
was
didn't really
way
notice.
younger.
Yeah. But it's like
Maybe.
they do have flashbacks of it too, of him as being smaller and stuff like that. But yeah, who knows with like the whole who knows when they started making this joint, because it could have been during the COVID era as well, where it's like, oh, we started this at this point and now we could finally get back to it. Um but yeah.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they probably like shot it over like a year span,
Hmm.
and the different locations is causing like me to notice like, oh, they're probably doing all the city scenes, but back at camp, they did all
Yeah,
the camp scenes originally, and the dude
right.
just grew in a year because, I don't know how old these child actors are, but they could be like a smooth 10, 11,
Hmm.
and G grew to 7'3" in like a summer. It was crazy. I was left behind. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Nah, it was a nice little pace. I picked up steam at the end. I I was like, what? We was the same height. It wasn't my fault. You just ain't grow. I ain't gonna get
Yeah,
into it.
I had to been 5'4", and
We
then
was
I
like the
grew
same
5'5".
height. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta go back and look at that because it's like I feel with this show, as far as like comparing it to, I never read the books, but comparing it to the movie, it's like narratively, I feel like all the information and all of the lore is there. Like it's a lot of build up, and but the moments fall flat because it's just like, especially in the first episode with the I accidentally kill my teacher, algebra teacher or something like that. For me, because like that moment stuck so much out to me in the movie because I just didn't know what I was supposed to be running into.
Yeah, it catches you off guard
It
in the
catches you
movie.
super off guard. And then like if we was to put them side by side, it would be no comparison, bro. Like as far as
Yeah.
like movie quality and show quality, and obviously different budgets, right? But that's that smoke effect of like, oh, is it really here, really not? I got tired of that. I got tired of that fast
They
because
kept
I
doing
just
it.
wanted to see the actual like I wanted to see you fight. Like I feel like the Minotaur fight was smooth. Like that wasn't I don't have no issues with that. But when it comes to these bigger events like Medusa or um just the grandeur of being in Las Vegas, I feel like I ain't get that, you know, from the
Like
show.
all of that is in the Lightning Thief, so
Yeah.
it's just like 1-to-1. Like you can
hmm
look at both.
Yeah. So that really is my main critique is like I feel like the story is bigger than this show and what we're getting, and maybe that's just because this is the first go. I don't know. You said there's like 4 books, so like if this does well, maybe they keep going. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I get a feeling that this is more for that 10-year-old, 11-year-old.
Mm,
Like back when Percy Jackson first dropped, I was probably like a year too old for it, but it was still solid. But if you're like in middle school and you're watching this series, you'll probably think, "Hey, yo, that Percy Jackson is kind of nice."
yeah.
And
His
the
plot
next
armor
person,
is super though. Like he got some major plot armor.
yeah, and you gotta like think about a kid learning about this mythology that I've seen so much times already, and like it's still pretty cool, but it's not. It
hmm
doesn't like stick or land as great, and it reminds me of just like a kid show.
hmm
Like, yeah, this could be better. Yeah, the stabbing stuff could be better. I mean, you mentioned in the first episode it was kind of like,
Did he
but
do something?
yeah, I was like, all right, like the
Yeah.
Minotaur scene was tough, but that was the toughest scene.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
there's a lot of things, even the Chimera scene that you kind of want more from Percy,
hmm
but it does feel like a kid show. Like that. Oh my God! Look, it's breathing fire. It's slowly. What is that? And
Yeah.
even when he got stabbed, bro, I
Right.
was sitting there watching like, yo, you was
hmm
stabbed and you acting like everything's all good.
Yeah.
And
It.
so all of a sudden he was like, I'm poisoned. I'm like, I kind of feel like it is just it's more of a kid show. It makes sense. It's on Disney Plus, and
hmm
if they can build up the steam to go through the whole uh, series,
Series.
I think it'll probably end up getting a tad bit more mature
hmm
and finally get to that point where it's like a really really good show.
Yeah, cause like these gods and demigods are doing mature things. Like they're literally in the casino. So
Yeah.
the fact that there was like kids playing virtual reality in the casino,
hmm
I was just like, this don't really seem like what it's supposed to seem like, you know. But yeah, I think that's really what it comes down to. Is just like who is this show made for? I be forgetting that sometimes, you know. I be just thinking like, man, is this what I want or not? Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of the lens I be looking at it. But from that perspective, that makes sense. As far as like if it's a G rating or PG or PG-13.
Yeah. Doesn't it
Um,
feel like PG?
yeah, it does. It does, and that where the story is more important than like the action. As far as like you want them to know that something happened, but you don't want them to see what it would really look like. Like they got
Yeah.
kids gloves on in a sense. But if this is like you're saying, like if the perfect age range for this is like 10, you know, ready for
Yeah.
everybody, then this could be the gateway into them. Like you're saying, like when you got super into it, and like could be the jumping point off as far as like them going back and learning more about all the different lore and all the different characters and things like
Yeah,
that.
because like Percy Jackson is a nice way to enter like that whole realm of Greek
Yeah.
gods and mythological characters, Hercules. Disney did a
hmm
great job back then with Hercules because that's how everyone knew about like Hades and stuff growing up.
Yeah.
Uh, was it Cerberus, three-headed dog?
hmm
Um, like all those stuff. But we lived in a generation where like God of War also was a thing. So it was
yeah.
like you learn about the gods and now we're going crazy. So like
yeah.
I feel like this is a smooth entry point that you learn it. You probably learned a little bit about it at school, like
hmm
Zeus, but It's solid, and I can't wait to see how this lands. Because, like you're saying, a lot of the stuff doesn't really hit as well, and
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that's gonna bleed into the ending too.
Mm-hmm. Because I feel like narratively it's like good in the sense of like they take their time as far as like these conversations be long and they really
Yeah,
break down what's happening. But when it's gonna come down to those action moments and like what things actually is gonna look like, my expectations have gone way down as what to expect. Because another
that
thing that they
Chimera
do,
fight, bro.
yeah, like because like another thing they do is fast travel. They fast travel everywhere. So this is like a, a state or not state but country wide journey or quest
Yep.
that we get to see 5 minutes of in each place. Like a lot of the time they're spending is traveling somewhere where we're just listening to them bicker and talk, you
Hmm.
know? So that's like another one of my beats because like they talk how grand and like exciting this quest is, but
Important.
we don't really spend that much time in each place and then being like, dang, I remember when we was here, like, like I feel like there's a lot of things that go unsaid, like Medusa's lair,
100%.
you
You're
know,
hitting it.
like that joint was vast and nobody really talked about like, okay, so we're just gonna leave all these niggas down here, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Like
so
so much they could have done,
yeah,
and it's hard not to just be like, "Yo, watch the movie.
it
Movie did this part better. This was cooler." Like, even the way they defeated Medusa was like,
was too easy, bro.
what was PG rated? Like
Yeah,
you're making more sense. So it's like it's
censored that
the
jump.
main parts aren't hitting right because it's
Yeah.
PG. So then
Hmm.
it's like this is such a cool thing. The lair, we saw the lair for a little bit. We didn't even get to see them like do stuff in the lair or see like mirrors or see her come around the corner. It was just like boom, we're in the lair, we're hiding.
Yep. You'll know what to do.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You're Percy.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about with like um like when I say plot armor, I just mean like in a normal situation, this would not work out for a regular person,
Yeah.
right? So I remember when I first started watching the series, I had texted you. I'm like, bro, Percy might have more plot armor than Harry Potter, bro. The way the show was going, because it's like this show is more so about the I don't even know what to say. Like more about like the mystery of the gods and why they don't talk to their children than the journey itself. I feel like, because
Yeah, and
that's what they keep coming
it's
back
not
to.
really believable.
Yeah.
Like they would really be going on this journey and be surviving,
Hmm.
especially these kids. And I'm
Yeah.
talking about the show. It's a little rough to think they're gonna outsmart Medusa and
Hmm.
what is it? Uh, Hermes? Was that
Hermes,
who? Yeah, he ran Vegas, right?
I couldn't
Who's
tell
running
you.
Vegas? Yeah,
Couldn't tell you.
like even when the lotus
Yeah.
petal thing was in the air,
Hmm.
like
They could have
in
did
the
some particle or
dang,
something.
I hate doing this. In the movie, like
Yeah.
they just decided let's get turned, and they got lost for like a week. Like they
Yeah.
they lost time.
Hmm.
But in this one, it's just kind of like, oh, it's in the air. I was like, yo,
Let's leave.
that's like a trap. Like you're
Yeah.
done, especially if you were kids. If
Right.
that was full in adults, that no kids was gonna figure that out. But
Hmm.
plot armor, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And then even like the whole when he fell out the freaking St. Louis arch and survived that.
With the
Just
water.
like get him into the water. He'll be fine. And it's like that's cool, but I don't know. I don't know. Like if it's for 10-year-olds, it's for 10-year-olds. But I'm gonna still keep watching just because like I want to see how they end things. But yeah, I feel like that's just what it comes down to. It's just a speed run. It's just like a introductory series, I guess, to the whole world. But
Yeah, yeah.
I wanted to ask you a question. I haven't looked up the cast or anything as far as like who has been announced, because they've had some really cool people cast in this movie, in this show. But what if, I'm just posing to you, what if they bring back the OG Percy
I mean,
as
that'd be cool.
Poseidon?
Oh, now you're talking. Now
That
you're
would be
talking.
hard. That would be
Yeah.
tough, bro. Because it's just like, if you know, you know. And I haven't seen Cuz in I don't know how long. So it's
Yeah,
like,
I don't think the Percy Jackson movies. I think maybe the woman ended up being an actor, like a more famous actor than the rest of them.
mhm. I don't remember.
Uh, yeah, but that would be it. G. That would make me
Mhm.
happy and a
Yeah.
nice little smile on my face. And then going forward, like he can still do like what he envisioned. Like you're gonna do
Mhm.
Percy Jackson Lightning Thief, then we're gonna do See the Monsters or whatever, and
Yeah.
then we're gonna keep it going. And he only got those two runs.
Mhm.
Like when you flop that second movie, them studios cut you quick.
Yeah.
Like they need to see them numbers double or something like that demand go up.
Mhm.
But
But
if he
Disney
comes
Plus
back as
era, they
Poseidon,
let,
that's perfect.
yeah. But this Disney Plus era, bro, anything goes. They just be letting it
Yeah,
fly, bro.
yeah, they greenlight it. Because Percy Jackson, like the series, kind of
Mhm.
makes sense of what we should be expecting from Disney Plus. Like, I thought
Mhm.
we were gonna get those banger Disney shows like we grew up on, and they were saving those goodies for Disney Plus.
Mhm.
But like it seems like the well is running a little dry. But this one is solid so far. But
Yeah.
I don't know about that ending. That ending may leave a sour taste.
Yeah. Because like for me, it's all about how they going to escape. That's that's really what it come down to for me. Because everything after that is just like fodder at this point. Because obviously it should be way
Plot
easier
armor's
to,
coming.
yeah,
Plot
but
armor's
it's like
coming.
it should be easier to get in there versus to leave if it's a secret entrance. So who knows, bro? Who knows? I don't know if it's gonna be great or not, but
Hey, bring Percy Jackson back.
yeah,
Definitely. That's Poseidon. That is perfect. That sounds so perfect.
yeah. I think that's an easy sell, especially like I don't know, because I'm not really like really versed in the mythology and like all the names and stuff. I kind of just get attached to like faces, so like I know who we're supposed to be talking about, but I don't necessarily know all the time like what they do unless they say it. So
Mhm.
it's just like when I've been watching it, I was like, okay, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Like space and
Yeah.
time, yeah, okay. So I can't really judge them on their like character. Like I only really know Percy for real. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And as far as like Zeus and Poseidon, I just know they're supposed to be mad strong. So like
Mhm.
that's all I really expect out of them outside of what they tell us. You know? So yeah. But it's like they're playing a video game and they got it on easy mode, bro. You know? And
Yeah,
they need to put that joint on
definitely.
heroic on these
Like
last
it's
two.
it's like Jack from Jack and Daxter.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the first
The first
game.
movie.
Like
I mean the first game, yeah.
yeah, that's how it feels. It really
Yo.
does.
Y'all haven't played that? Play it. It's a great series, man. Um, okay, you got any predictions for this show for how it's gonna end or like early scores you want to give out or now you want to wait to the end? Because who knows if we're gonna end up talking about it in the end, like in a
Yeah, I don't know if we'll actually
deep
come back
way.
to it.
Yeah.
Um, it's a 6. It's a 6 for me. Like
Okay.
I do like it, but it's
Yeah.
not that great. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's definitely not something I like look forward to every week. But like I'm like, oh, I got Percy Jackson to watch, and I'm trying to get to the end. I want to see how
Yeah.
they get everything, and how like where they're gonna cut it off because
Mm-hmm.
where they cut it off is gonna be so influential if they do a season 2.
Right.
Um, but kind of like what we saw from the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
I probably should have known it was gonna be of this level
Mm-hmm.
uh, of
Okay.
magnitude. So. Yeah, I'll give it a 6. How you feeling about it?
Edge on mid. Edge on mid for sure. So it's right now it's at a 7, but it could definitely go down. It could definitely go down just because what I've said earlier as far as like it's just getting speed ran, and I don't like when series be doing that, bro. It's like I know, so why are you doing that? That's how I be taking it personal, bro. I don't know why, but yeah, right now it's just at a clean 7, bro. Nothing too crazy is happening, but I could see it going down to like a 6.5. I probably wouldn't go no further than that. It's because like it's not something I'll necessarily recommend, but like it was cool watching it though. That's just kind of
it like needs a little bit something more for me to recommend right now. Like I kind of wish those boss battles or fights were just a tad bit stronger.
Right, yeah. But yeah, that's all I got for Percy, man. Is there anything else you've been watching you want to talk about? We want to get up out of here.
I mean, I watched Interstellar, Christopher Nolan, another great movie. I know you haven't seen that one, right?
I started it and I stopped because it was super long, and I didn't have a chance. Like when I tell you, like I was watching it and I was falling asleep, and I was getting mad that I was falling asleep.
It's 3 hours.
Yeah, because I had just hit leg day, so I didn't want to waste that after leg day nap on Interstellar and just wake up in the middle of the movie. So I just left. I can't do it. I'll watch it another time. But I will see it.
It's definitely a long one, but it was see again. I forgot a lot of the stuff and needed some help with it. But yeah, just good time. I wish I would have saw that movie in theaters when it first came out.
Yeah.
I think I was like a few months late. But yeah, enjoyable weekend watching that movie, and we got a list. We're going through them. We're knocking them out. We got both Sonic 1 and 2 that we're about to watch this weekend, so I'm pretty hyped about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because we gotta get ready for 3.
I've been told y'all say watch that, Joe. I've been said it. I ain't gonna say nothing though.
What about you? What you been watching?
I've been watching Suits all week, bro. And I finished season 1. I'm on season 2 right now, and what I could say.
Interesting.
I got a couple things I want to say. So the first thing I want to say is that Suits is basically white collar with less explosions. Like it's like a worse white collar, because what made white collar cool was that it was like an FBI agent and a master forger criminal artist. Like this man could literally do anything, right? And every episode was an adventure that takes place in different locations. Like it wasn't necessarily always in the office. It was like he had a lair, he had a crib, he had Peter crib. Like Suits just happens really like in the office for real, and they go back and forth between
like their
house and stuff like that in like different locations, but never it's not at the scale that my boy Neil was going on with dang, I can't remember the agent's name for some reason. But they also had like other characters too. And then what's his name? Mose? I think it's Mose. Who was like Neil's right hand man. I'm getting the names wrong, but that's like top 5 really, but it's like it's in my number. I made a list a long time ago. That was on my list.
You
But
did. It was up there.
Buddy cops. Yeah, buddy cop shows, but Suits is up there now too. Just because I like that joint. It's messy, and I like that about it.
It is.
It is like
it definitely is.
Every episode, I'll be like, "Yo, ain't no way I'm finna go like that if I'm them, bro." Like that's how you feeling.
And it gets real messy.
Yeah, and it's like
some stuff I'm like, I don't know how y'all going through with this. Like y'all gonna have to change this up now immediately.
Bro, my man, what's his name? Leonard? No. Lewis. That's his name. Lewis. Yeah. Lewis Litt. I think that's his name. That man super dirty Mac'd freaking Mike, bruh. Told his shorty about his work wife, bruh. Like, who does that? I'm not saying.
Just wait, bro.
I'm not.
It gets crazy.
I'm
It
just.
gets crazy.
I'm just saying, bruh. It's already getting crazy. Like, as far as like, because right now I'm in season 2, and basically, um, Harvey is getting sued, and like they coming after him and the firm, and Donna just got fired, and I'm like, bro, not Donna. I'm like, not Donna, bro. And
is that right in the beginning of season 2?
Yeah, because that's how they end season 1. It's like, oh, we gonna get you, like type B. And Cuz came back.
It gets dirty.
Pearson Hartman or whatever. Hartman came back, so he's now like, I knew he was a bad guy. But some of the stuff is like,
I ain't gonna say nothing. So
I know, but I'm just gotta get it off. I gotta get off. So like some of the episodes. So like one of the episodes, it was super telegraphed because it was basically like who was bad mouthing, I think, or not, who gave some information to another law firm or whatever, and they was trying to figure out who did it. And Rachel, aka Meghan Markle, got framed for it. And up until this point, this person has not been on the screen. He popped up in this episode. At least that's the first time I remember. And it's a dude from that football show on BT, bro. Do you remember what that show was called?
All American?
No, All American's new, bro. I'm talking about an old show. It was like they had blue jerseys. It was like they was the Lions, but they was in LA. The game. The main character from the game, bro. I forgot his name, but he was the first like star wide receiver, as far as like he was the rookie of that show, and then he got popping and it dipped and had the whole thing. But he was in there, and I was like, "What are you doing in Suits, man?" I was like, so when they said somebody had snitched or whatever, I was like, "Oh, it's him. It's him." I already know. They try to get they try to get my girl Rachel out of here, bro. And so I'm enjoying Suits.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. Like maybe there's because of the actors. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Because because it's old, so it's like you're seeing stuff that you didn't know that people was in. I was just like, what are you doing there? So that's super fun. And then, man, it's crazy because I could not be Mike Ross, bro. I would have folded already. Like, I can't lie to Meghan Markle, bro. I can't. I would have told my business. I would have told my business, and that would have been that, and we would have been happy ever after, and yep. So I think that's all I had to say about that. But
hey, go watch Suits too.
Yeah,
everybody.
I didn't know it was so many seasons, bro. I'm in a mix of like.
Is there 8?
There's 9, I think.
Yeah, it's up there.
So I thought I was gonna be like 3 or 4, right? And I was gonna be able to watch this, Peaky Blinders, and what you call all at the same time. Nah, it's not happening. So I'm just gonna stick with Suits right now as my little fun series I'm watching on the side until we get some heat coming up this year at the end of the month and beginning of February. That's when shows about to start dropping. So yeah, that's all I've been watching for real. And then freaking Batman Arkham videos. That's it. So that's what I've been watching this week. Let us know what y'all been watching in the comment section below. But Chris, what you geeked about, bro?
What am I geeked about? I kind of already spilled the beans. I'm gonna watch Sonic 1 and 2. I'm pretty excited to do that. Man, I don't know if I have another thing I'm geeked about. I was pretty geeked about the football games, but
really,
yeah, cause they had the Chiefs versus the Bills, and I just sat there like, I'ma watch this. I had some friends wanting to play video games, and I said I can't. I may miss greatness. And next week, down the street, bro.
Yep.
It may be another all-time great game with.
I'm gonna watch that one.
Patrick Mahomes being right up the road in Baltimore versus Lamar Jackson, and there's just no way I can miss a second of that game. Like,
The streets go crazy, bro.
Yeah, I think this place is gonna get real crazy
Yeah,
on the weekend. I think people are gonna be excited. So,
yeah.
yeah, I'm just gonna go with the game. Whoever's in the AFC Championship,
Mhm.
champion, I'm gonna take them, and
Okay.
that's what I'm geeked about. What about you, G?
Um, I'm geeked about the book of Clarence. I finally got to go see it over the weekend, and it was really good. I liked it. Um, not gonna say too much just because Chris ain't seen it yet.
Yeah, yeah.
But what I will say is that it gave me a like not
Enlightening.
different, not enlightened necessarily, because it's just funny seeing like Bible stories come to life,
Hmm.
and I just like wasn't expecting. I was like, yo, this is actually wild. Like, like the stuff that they was doing. Because like if you watch the trailer, you can clearly understand what the movie's gonna be about. But it's just the way it starts and then the way it ends. I was like, whoa. I was like, oh, that was cool. They did that. They did that. So it's just a, and I love the director for this joint and all the actors and actresses that was in there too. So that joint was fire. And yeah, first movie of the year that I got to go see.
Nice.
Um, as far as anything else, I guess I can go ahead and make my Super Bowl prediction right now as far as who gonna be in it. Since we here, I got the Ravens and I got San Francisco, and I think the Ravens gonna win. But if Debo Samuel's not hurt, San Francisco will go in.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'd wanna do the opposite really, really bad,
Yeah.
but it's just really hard for me to go against my homeboy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say Lamar gets it done. I
Because of him,
always like it when the MVPs finally get their Super Bowl ring because it's really hard to do that.
right? And you're
Um,
gonna beat the defending champs too to do it. Defending
yeah, yeah,
MVP and Super Bowl champ,
yeah.
triple crown.
But also, it's kind of like the way those teams are, the Ravens, the Bills, the Chiefs.
Yeah, the
I
Lions.
mean, the Lions. Like the Lions are just the feel good story of
Yeah.
of one day my trash team can actually make it that far, like just right there in a championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the Niners, I just can't trust it, bro. I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't
Brock
trust Brock
Purdy.
Purdy. It
Brock
just,
Purdy. Come down to Brock Purdy, bro.
I just cannot. It's just the same thing over again with the accurate quarterbacks that they love over there. I'm just like,
Stereotypical
bro.
Barbie.
Yeah,
Stereotypical Ken.
like if they took any of those quarterbacks, even the ones that lost, and threw them in San Fran, man, they would be a
Yeah.
juggernaut.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, hey Purdy, you threw them touchdowns, so I'm gonna give you your credit. I'm not gonna,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just so hard to watch Mahomes and Lamar,
You be
and then
fighting.
see Purdy. Like
Yeah.
my eyes be like, yo, this don't
Right.
belong here. So I agree. Let's go San Fran and the Ravens, and I think Lamar gets it in a close one.
Yeah.
Like Purdy's gonna throw a killer interception at the. Just,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Not even an interception. They're just not gonna make the first down or whatever, the touchdown at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And the Ravens win the Super Bowl, third time. Crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Right down the street.
Right down the street. They know how it's played.
Oh man. All right. Well, let us know in the comments what y'all think. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. If y'all did, hit that like button down below for us, and hit that subscribe button. If you're listening on your favorite audio platforms, leave us a 5-star rating. Follow us over there so you can get each episode when it drops. And yeah, see y'all next week. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, y'all.